This is the paperwork that Kendra and Shelly Morgan gave me on the day that two RPD police officers, Officer Murphy and Officer Fitzsimmons, showed up at my house, took my oldest son. This is really important paperwork because, number one, Shelly Morgan made sure that I got this paperwork for two reasons. You see these two holes at the top of the paperwork? This is really important, okay? Pay attention. This is from Shasta County Superior Court, and this was filed in the case file. And I bet you $1 million that it's not there right now. This is not what's in the case file right now. Let me explain why. Because these judges and the clerks were taking this paperwork out of the case file and they were getting rid of it. They were throwing it away or destroying it. And Kendra or Shelly happened to get this paperwork from someone from the courthouse. Believe me, this is from the courthouse, and that's why it has these two holes in the top. And they made sure that I got this paperwork because they knew, number one, exactly what I was going to do with it, and number two, that I was in contact with the Department of Justice and the State Attorney General's office. So the fact that I know I'm almost betting you $1 million that this paperwork is not in the case file right now. And the fact that I have this paperwork is a miracle from God, pretty much. The other issue is that this courthouse was filing paperwork on Kendra's behalf. And this is not her signature. This is not her handwriting. This is not her signature. I very rarely have seen her use an "in" and put her middle initial in when she signs her name. I believe that is Shelly Morgan's signature, but this is also a copy. I mean, you can tell that this isn't even handwritten. This is photocopied, and this should be original paperwork if it's got the two holes in the top. When you start going through these declarations, this is when it starts getting really interesting, because you can tell that these declarations are not from Kendra. It says a declaration of Kendra Snyder in support of the DVRO with custody orders, and this is not filed on her behalf. This is not filed by her, and this is not her narrative. So when you start reading into these declarations, although because it's in the case file, and because that's how typically we would look at things as legal documentation or legal paperwork, this is forged, or this is illegally filed on her behalf by someone else. And I bet you $1 million it's Judge Gibson and his co-conspirators that work in the county court.